Hey, how y'all doing? This is just a short video. Just a short video. I wanted to talk about mostly like teaching. Teaching. A lot of times we don't understand a lot of things what we doing, but as a teacher, we all teach. We teach and don't know it. People sit there, people watch you, people listen to what you're saying, people copying what you say. Okay, I want to go shout out to my Lord and Savior. A lot of times when things are being said or done on an internet, everybody watch you, people watch you. Okay? Doing childish things, doing good things. Okay? When you do good things, it will come back on you. You do bad, it come back on you. They said, what you reap, you will sow, or what you sow, you reap. You hear that saying. The problem is a lot of time is when you do dumb stuff. If you're doing drugs and you should do it in secret, you wrong where you're wrong for doing it. Period. But when you do it in secret, a lot of times you don't know your child is watching you. When your child watches you and see you doing that, they do it. Then you get mad. Who taught you how to do this? I did it by watching you. Came off a commercial. When you get out here and tell people what you are, they get to looking at you and say, yeah, right. I thought you was this. You teach people by doing good things or dumb things. You on a job, you working. You train a man, you teaching him. You train him how the job's supposed to be done. He start doing it, then he see other ways to do it. But he get the job done. You see what I'm talking about? He get it done right. Okay? And a lot of times you be like, man, how did you do that so fast? I did this. See, while you train him, he doing it. He turn around and train you and show you a better way to do it. It's like stacking pallets. It's like stacking boxes on pallets. You stack it away from you and bring it in. Some, when I first did, I just stacked it all around, walking around with the box, sweating. You overwork yourself. But people are watching you. They listen to what you're saying. They taking screenshots. Now, when you take screenshots, that don't mean that there's evidence that you're doing something wrong. When you taking screenshots, you make sure that it is what it is. Because a lot of times you may say, you were laughing at me. You was laughing. I was. Here's the screenshot. How you know I wasn't laughing at somebody else? How you know I wasn't laughing reading what another subscriber say? You don't know that. So a lot of times, y'all, we need to calm down and not bash each other. If somebody you don't like and they getting on your nerve, don't come back saying the same thing all the time. You back up. That person got a problem with you and you trying to talk to them, they can't stand you, back up. If you got a friend and they doing some things, got this off a director of a play. When you doing something, when your friend doing something and you don't like it and you tell them and they trying to fix it, then that's the one you want to hang around with. But if he ain't trying to fix it, it can cause a problem. Then sometimes you have to back up. You say, why are you backing up? Because I don't want what you got spiritually jumping on me, so I have to back up. And I watch you. Now, spirits can jump off on you too. From people to people. You got to be taught this. You got to know this. You got to study. You got to study the word. You got to study the scriptures. You got to know what it's saying. You got to be taught. When you go out shooting, you teaching somebody, a child see that, They think that's the best thing to do it. Or thug. Driving down here with his cars with a Chevrolet with Cadillac rims on it. With the Jerry curl, that was where it was back here with the hat turn. He think that's it. You pulling out all this water money. Sharp car, nice car, but your crib jacked up. They looking at that and think that's the way it is. When you cuss somebody out, they thinking that's the way it is. When a child comes out, when a child is being born, they look at you and see you for what you are. They ain't gotta never say nothing. Let me tell you something. Just because I don't go off on nobody or curse nobody out, that's wrong. Just because I don't do that don't mean I'm weak. I'm watching. I listen. Sometimes a person don't come to your chat. Why didn't you come to my chat? There's a reason for that. Sometimes people in the bushes, they hear it and they back out of there. That's just how it is. You go home, a woman fix dinner, but you teaching. When a child sitting there looking at you, or a husband, he's sitting up there looking at you, he trying to learn what you're doing. He learning from you. You teaching him. When a man comes home, take care of house, take care of bills first, and a child, I want this, I want that, you teaching them. When they get a job, hey, when you get your job, you can take care of this gas bill. Oh, Dad, I don't want to take. You be like, no. If you don't take care of the gas bill, you don't eat. You can't cook nothing. You teaching them. You lecturing them. When you discipline and when you whooping them, you teaching them. Not abuse them, but you give them, put that belt to their behind. Tell them why you whooping them. You teaching them. When you in the army or in the military and you saluting or they get on you, yelling at you, they teaching you. Sometimes you got YouTubers, other subscribers will get on you, helping you, you teaching them. Everybody's method of teaching is different. I'm going to put my son in timeout, put him in timeout. But when it gets worse, sometimes you got to whoop that behind. Either you going to whoop that behind, that child grow up and whoop you. I doubt a child whoop me. No, it ain't happening. But you got to understand something. You teaching them. You go out there and fix your car. You got your son standing there looking at you. Every time you go out there and fix a car, he out there. You teaching him. When you wash your car, detail your car, a proper way of washing it. You may not use soap on your water. You may use plain water. You teaching them. You go out and barbecue. Your daughter out there. Every time you go out there, she's seeing you pour the charcoal, clean the grill off. Pour the charcoal in there. Or burning the grill, getting that excess off. She cooking just like Daddy cook. Doing it like you doing it. You teaching them. When you cussing somebody out talking all loud, your child look at you, you're teaching them. Not only you teaching them, but the rest of the adults are teaching them. Even a child can teach you. You don't know all about these games and computers and all that. You don't know? Ask a child. They teaching you. You got to learn what to do in a situation. Just like with cook what you got. That ain't just something to just be doing. That's actually teaching you how to cook, what to do. Sometimes, like I said, I got a phone, don't have a camera. Like I told you about substituting options, you take some food, I ain't got no turkey. Use chicken. You know what I'm saying? You teaching them. I ain't gonna be able to go to college. Talk to God. Let him lead you. Let him be your first priority. You ask yourself, well, let me see. If ain't nobody around to teach you, sometimes you gotta teach yourself. Let me see. Now, what do? I be on the phone most of the time. And God, Which one I do the most? I'd be on the phone most of the time. God is first priority. He first. When he come first, everything runs into place. Oh, I gotta go to an important meeting. You're breaking your neck. You wearing your best clothes. You're breaking your neck. Getting to the office. People see you. Say, man, he breaking his neck, getting in there trying to get that deficit. Look at it, man. He trying to do that. He trying to get all this other stuff. He trying to do that for that meeting. You teaching. You teaching folks where your priorities at. Sometimes you teach people things what not to do. Now, a lot of times you can do wrong and tell your child, don't do this and do that. And your child watching you to see what it's doing. He said, thank you for telling me that. I saw that. Thank you for showing me that. That lets me know what not to do. You teaching them. Everything you do, when you go to work, around the house, you cutting the yard, going to the grocery store, you teaching them. How they teaching me in the grocery store? When they shop and you see somebody turning, looking at stuff, you teaching them. When you go to the milk section and you start looking at the date and getting milk in the back, Mom, why you getting milk from the back? That's the freshest. You teaching them. It said, well, Mama, what about these dates? You reading the dates on them? You letting them know, oh, okay, that's the newest date. You get it. You teaching them. You go buy eggs and you always open them up, cracking them. You open it up. Oh, this egg crack. You look and search your egg. Why did you do that? That's how my mama do it. We look for cracks. You teaching them. When they cooking, you teaching them. When they clean up buffing floors, you go on a job, you teaching them. The rest of the employees, when folks sitting over there watching you see what you doing, you teaching them. You showing them. So take care. Take heed. Put God first. Make him the first priority. Pay attention. Sometimes you have to listen. Y'all ain't put the recipe. You ain't got to necessarily do the recipe. Shoot, listen to what they telling you. Sometimes you got to go in there and experiment. Something you go, okay, he put this. I put this amount in there. I put this in there. Put that. My grandmama showed me how to do this and do this. Remembering. Grandmama, a teacher. Daddy, granddaddy, deacon of the church, teaching you. That's just like I said. You get on YouTube, get on these panels, they teaching you. Listen to what they said, they let you know, I won't be doing that. People do things to try to get views. No, it's not that. It's not worth it. But you teaching. Teach. Show people how to do things. Somebody don't know how to do something, show them. Sometimes God lay things on your heart. I don't know how to clean fish. Watch Daddy teaching you. I hadn't cleaned fish in a while, but my daddy showed me how to. He taught me. Teaching you. Just Mike. Okay? He fixed things on his channel. He's teaching you. He was showing you how to save money. You got a fan that's broke. Get some screws. Take that back off. Go in there and look at it. Clean it up real good. Blow all that dust out of it. Sometimes you got to go to the hardware store. They teaching you how to do things. Stay positive. Somebody go in there, you see it on TV, they sniffing dope. They teaching you. You got that bad teaching. You like, nah, I won't be doing that. Smoking marijuana, they say it's illegal. Weed is illegal. Cigarettes, it should be illegal. Cigarettes kill you. Just pay attention and look. More than weed do. I'm not saying smoke weed or marijuana. I ain't saying doing that. Don't do that. I ain't saying smoke cigarettes. Don't do that. I watch sometimes people show me what not to do. Eating a whole lot of certain food, it hurts you. That lets me know, okay, I need to mix my food up. You go to the hospital and you got a lot of water on you. And they feed you little by little. Three meals a day and a small snack. Try to eat like what they feed me in the hospital. They teaching you. Everything they say is fresh is not fresh. When you go on to YouTube, you listen, you look, you go on these different browsers, learn something. They're teaching you. Pick up a book, read. The person that wrote the book, basically, is teaching you. How do I cook a cake? Read a book. Read the whatever. I use another name. I use the name Betty Crocker. Get a Betty Crocker cookbook. Let me get a Betty Crocker cookbook. They're teaching you. You reading? She said, take an egg, crack it. Separate the egg. Separate the egg to show you how to separate the egg. Put the white over here, put the egg over here. We're going to use the white last. We're going to use it for something else. They teaching you. I love omelets. I like the white omelets better with the white. They teaching you. Don't eat these eggs. Get these brown eggs. They better. They teaching you. You just learning. That's all. Like I said, this is just something that I had to say. When you go in these chats, you look, learn, back away. When you go on these jobs, you go to your mama's house, anywhere, even church, the preacher is teaching you. People show you who they are. People oust themselves. You sitting back and say, I won't be doing that. I will take that. Watch people. Listen to what they saying and watch them. If that person is bad, then you have to back up. But when they ask you a question, they ready to receive it. Don't too quick to give opinions. But when they ask a question, they ready to receive it. Don't be too quick. This is what I teach. To argue. When somebody say something about you, listen. Wait till they finish. Ask them a question. And sometimes you get a misunderstanding. But don't forget, everybody teaches. Take care.